Number 10.
The creator of this Grant's whiskey advertisement is Manfred Stader, a traditionally trained artist who studied at Stade Carcool in Frankfurt. After graduating in the early 1980s, he began to work on street art in 1985 and has continued to do so for the past few decades. Using a variety of techniques, he has been able to create a range of different 3D artworks and has traveled around the world. Several companies have since taken advantage of his popularity to create 3D advertising images to help promote their products.
Number 9.
Sergio Anth has become a renowned artist all around the world thanks to the various commissions he has done for the likes of Samsung and Coca-Cola. However, the Portuguese painter is probably best known for his own personal projects that generally end with their words seemingly cutting through a corner of the wall and then hanging in the air as if it is a real three-dimensional structure. The effect is almost perfect and amazes everybody who is lucky enough to view one.
Number 8.
Mehdi Ghadianlou has been creating magical canvases for the past decade, giving thousands of Iranians access to art. Using a distinct style that fuses murals with the real skyline, he has developed a reputation for fantasy-inspired work that stands out in the capital Tehran. With more than 100 images spread across the city, Ghadianlou's murals are an important cultural aspect considering that international sanctions on Iran mean that it is largely devoid of contemporary pieces.
Number 7.
The Dead Woman chalk mural is just one of many works created by Argentinian artist Eduardo Olero. He has had commissions all around the world but has done most of his work in Spain, where he currently lives. Concentrating mostly on artwork filled to the brim with social commentary and satire, his unique style includes an almost cartoonish quality that gives it a very distinctive look compared to most other street art. However, the optical illusion works equally as well to make it seem as if the characters are part of the world.
Number 6.
This collage of various Aldous Huxley-inspired images is actually one huge optical illusion that uses the perspective of the entire room to create one large piece of 3D art that is absolutely stunning. It is the creation of the mysterious MTO, a French artist who has worked around Europe. Although considered controversial by some, he has used his talent to raise important issues such as racism and classism, painting pictures to highlight problems that need addressing.
Number 5.
Die Zara is the work of Kurt Wedner, a Michigan-born artist who claims to be the inventor of a brand new form of 3D pastel street art. Using his own technique, he has been producing murals and images at public locations in the United States since he was just 16 years old. Having attended the Rhode Island School of Design, he perfected the use of chalks and pastels, and then moved to Rome to work in the unique alleys and squares located in the city. Here he has transformed walkways into 3D illusions that are totally unique to him.
Number 4.
The ice crevasse piece was created by street artist Edgar Muller. Born in Germany in 1968, he has dedicated his life to creating fantastic works of art in public spaces after spending his childhood working on traditional works. He has created works all over Europe, in cities such as Paris and Berlin, and often concentrates on 3D art that seems to transport anyone walking by into a whole new world. This impressive example seems to show a giant crack in the ice on a public walkway, allowing those walking along to interact with it and get photographs.
Number 3.
This image that appears to show two heads wearing gas masks simply floating in the air is a prime example of the work of the TSF crew. This French group has been creating new pieces all around the country, most notably in abandoned or derelict areas. Careful planning goes into every single production, as getting the perspective perfectly right is essential in order to make the optical illusions work. Having gained popularity through street art, they have had work exhibited in galleries and had work commissioned from Nintendo.
Number 2.
What makes Alexis Faca stand out against other street artists is the fact that much of her work focuses on geometrics and shapes rather than traditional. This largely is a result of the fact that she is both a set and paper designer, often creating models entirely out of sheets of folded paper. Concentrating on painting her creations on buildings that have been left to rot, the crisp and sharp shapes contrast remarkably with their surroundings and appear to jump out from the walls.
Number 1.
Julien Beaver is arguably one of the most accomplished and famous street artists in the world. Although he was born in England and learned his craft in New York, he has since traveled all over Europe working as a freelance artist and has carried out much of his work in Belgium. Using chalk for his pieces, he uses a special technique known as anamorphosis to make the images appear to have 3 dimensions. Such is his ability that many companies have even hired him to help them promote their products in innovative advertising campaigns.